Hey guys, it's SL Bushwhacker66. I got a request to do a shocker maintenance video. I will be doing multiple videos because it's going to take a really long time and I only have a limit of 10 minutes. So I apologize if I bet this video is upside down. But yeah, it's the best I can do, so I apologize. So as you see, I have everything I need here to take apart the grip frame, which is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be taking off and maintaining the snatch grip, the trigger, the grip frame, and the ASA, if we can get to all of that. So stuff you will need are, some Q-tips, junky old rag, your necessary lubrication, wrench, and Allen keys, and I also like to have a tray or something. This is a magnetic parts tray, so I can put all my little metal screws and stuff in there. So we're going to start by removing the macro line, because that's what you always do when maintaining your gun. Make sure your gun is not gassed up. Just you want to take off the macro line. And what I also like to do is remove the regulator. It just makes a smaller gun to work on, gets some of the stuff out of the way. Just put that aside. Okay, so now you have just a smaller gun to work on. And so now you're going to get your Allen wrench and unscrew the two screws. One which is right next to the snatch grip, and one is right in front of the trigger on the trigger frame. You're going to unscrew these. I might speed this up because this is going to take a while unscrewing these screws. Once you get it unscrewed enough, you can pretty much get it with your hands. There's small grips on the screws. Okay. Once you remove that, you can take off your snatch grip, which just slides right out. Okay, now we're going to remove the other screw, which is next to the trigger. I might speed this up because you might want to just speed it up because this should take a little while. And just a little tip, when you're cleaning your gun, always take your time. Never rush anything, because you could rush and forget to put a part on, or you rush and you pinch a wire in between the grip frame and the body, and that could be you can make some very costly mistakes by doing that. Okay, so now I have unscrewed both the screws. Do not take it apart yet. Don't rip it apart. So now what you're going to do is gently remove the grip frame from the body. Okay, so now you should get to this part right here. Now you should see that there is the eye harness is connected to the board. And this could be a little tricky. You don't want to grab the eye harness by the wires. You want to grab it by the small plug and just wiggle it out with your nails. Do not grab it, do not pull it out by the plug, okay? That could be very dangerous, and you could completely ruin your board or eye system by doing that. Okay, so now you have completely and successfully removed your grip frame from your gun, okay? So now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to be removing the trigger, okay? And the trigger is very important. Why I'm doing this is because a lot of people, they do not clean their inside their triggers, and they get paint or oil or dirt or grease in there. So when they're playing semi-auto, the trigger sticks, and as I said, that can severely reduce your performance in semi-auto. So you do not want a sticky trigger. So what we're going to do is remove the threaded bolt pin out. Trigger pin out. Put that in your magnetic parts tray. Okay, so now as you see, I have the trigger here. Very easy to remove. And you're going to get your rag or cloth. Just wipe down the edges where it makes contact with the grip frame. And also wipe down the pivot point. You might want to get a Q-tip and just get inside the little pivot point there. Remember, the cleaner your gun is, the better it will perform. Get all along the edges inside the trigger adjustment. Okay. And also, while you're here, clean the bottom of the trigger frame, because some dirt could get stuck in between your trigger and the trigger frame. And that could be a difficult spot to clean. While you're here, you can clean the inside of your grip frame. Shouldn't be that dirty, but make it nice and clean. Make sure there's no dirt. Make sure your gun is immaculate. Okay, now you can put the trigger back in. Now gently slide it back in. And line up the holes. Okay, make sure the pivot works. Before you screw it in, make sure your trigger works, because it could be a little sticky. Or it could, you might have to adjust it a little bit, just move it around a little bit so it moves nice and steady. You want your trigger to move freely. Okay, moves freely. And you can screw your pin back in. And how many minutes do I have left? Oh, I'm on 9 minutes. Wait, how many minutes am I on? 6 minutes. Okay, I still got a little bit of time left. Oh, my trigger is still not adjusted perfectly, so. Alright. Okay. Now you have your trigger assembled. Now just walk your trigger a little bit, make sure everything's nice and steady. Tighten it, tighten the screws if needed. You don't want the trigger pin screw to be so tight that you can't move the trigger. Just tighten it so that's snug. Okay. Okay. Everything checks out. Now get your main body. Get some Q-tips. Come in handy. Clean out all of those little spots and screw ports and everything you want to get underneath the solenoid. You can remove the solenoid if you want. I prefer not to, simply because it's pretty dangerous removing your solenoid, and it's not really necessary for simple maintenance. Okay, so after that's done, you can take your main body and feed the you could reach inside to your grip frame and feed the eye harness or the eye wires into the eye port. Can you see that? And then, so this could be a little tricky if you have big hands. You just want to take it and kind of angle your body of your NXT so you can feed it in there. If you have small hands, this is easier. I have bigger hands. This could take a couple tries to get the harness back in. Come on. Also be very careful while doing this, because you don't want to pull or jerk the eye harness, or you might rip in one of the eye ribbons. Come on. Might want to fast this forward. This is really hard to get in. There we go. I think I got it. No. Close. Oh, come on. Jesus, I can't get this thing in. Oh, you. There we go. All right, I got it in. All right, so once you get the in, finally, what you want to do is remove this side of the grips, and I'll tell you why. Oh, too small. Because when you do remove your grips, some wires could get in the way, and I'm running a little low on time. I'm 9 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'll just keep doing this video. Yeah, I'll make another video continuing this one. And I'm at 40 seconds. Yeah, so check out the other video continuing this one.